December 1.
Good evening, everybody. The Sparta Board of Education regular meeting is called to order at 7 p.m.
Yes.
Nurture heart.
Barbara, would you be able to go over the public meeting announcement for me?
Certainly. The New Jersey Open Public Meeting Law was enacted to ensure the right of the public to have advance notice of and to attend the meetings of public bodies at which any business affecting their interests is discussed or acted upon. In accordance with the provisions of this act, the Sparta Board of Education has caused notice of the time and place of this meeting to be published in the New Jersey Herald, the Star Ledger, tapintosparta.net, and notice of the meeting has been posted at the Sparta Township School District website.
Thank you so much. Now we are going to move forward with the Pledge of Allegiance. And may we just have a roll call, please, Barbara?
Ms. Collier?
Here.
Dr. Hinkle? Here. Dr. Martinez?
Here.
Ms. McMichael?
Present.
Mr. Morris? Here. Ms. Serafino?
Here.
Ms. Williams?
Here.
Mr. Wood?
Here.
And Ms. Gagnon. Quorum confirmed.
Awesome. And we are not going to be convening into executive session this evening. Can we move along to district recognition? Oh, nothing to share this evening. We also have no presentations this evening. With that, we're going to be moving on to our student representative report.
Good evening, everyone. This week, Sparta High School has been engaging in a holiday spirit week, which will conclude with our winter pep rally tomorrow during school. We'll be having a few students sing at the pep rally who are performing a preview of one of our songs from Greece, this year's spring musical. We also look forward to student participation in the various activities and games that are being planned for this pep rally. Just a few weeks ago, the senior class had the opportunity to listen to a panel of Sparta High School alumni who have graduated in the last few years. This panel was great at giving the senior class advice for the future, as many seniors look to pursue a degree at a college or university in the future. On that note, as we move into the winter months, I would like to wish all seniors who are choosing to pursue higher education after graduating this year the best as they begin to receive their admission decision letters from the various institutions they have applied to. Recently, our high school robotics program attended a regional competition where all 6 teams did very well. 4 of the 6 teams made it to the elimination bracket, and 2 of those teams advanced to the quarterfinals of the elimination bracket. We would like to congratulate the robotics program on their early season success, and we wish them the best for their future competitions as they attend competitions at both Cedar Grove High School and Franklin High School in January. In sports news, winter sports have all started, and they're now beginning to play their first few games of the season. The KJS hockey team, led by senior captains Cormac Gibbons and Eddie Brown, are off to a great start after getting 2 big wins over Morristown and Randolph this week. They look to continue their success and get another win over Morris Knolls tomorrow. On January 22nd, Sparta High School has the privilege of holding an NJAC Leadership Conference. We look forward to this conference as it is the conference where we will welcome the student leaders from New Jersey to participate in leadership and community building activities. Finally, the class of 2028, class of 2029 student councils have chosen to begin planning a formal dance. This dance is on April 1st, and it will mark the creation of a new formal dance specifically for the underclassmen of the high school. So that's this month's student representative report, and I want to wish you guys all a happy holiday season.
Awesome. Thank you so much. May I have a motion to approve the minutes, please? Thank you, Kurt. Second?
Second.
Second, Lauren. Can I have a roll call? Or sorry, all in favor? Aye. Okay, yeah,
Discussion.
go right ahead.
For 7, 12, and for 8, 6 for the roll calls for item 7 and 8, can you just add business related to for me rather than just for students?
You just do me a favor, say 7, 12, and 8, 6, is that?
Yes, that's for the call.
And to add,
Business related to.
you got it.
Awesome. Do we have any other abstentions?
I think I need to abstain, I was not across the meeting.
Okay, no worries. All right, so are we good with the roll call? Or sorry, not a roll call, but we can do all in favor?
You can.
Okay, sorry. Just to repeat, all in favor? Aye. All right, and we have our abstentions duly noted. All right, now moving on to Dr. Beck's superintendent report.
Thank you. First, I would like to begin by thanking the outgoing board members, Lauren Collier, Lee McMichael, and Kurt Morris, who are serving in their last board meeting this evening. Serving as a board member requires many nights away from your family, countless hours of time commitment, continuous public scrutiny, and is certainly not an easy task. I wish you well in the future and appreciate your service and continued support of our students, staff, and school community. The incoming board members. On January 6th, during our reorganization meeting, we will welcome our new board members as they are sworn in and begin their service. Ms. Decker, Dr. Rossi, and I have already met over the past week with the incoming board members to go over some onboarding logistics, and we are looking forward to working with them and continuing to work with the entire Board of Education. As I shared in a community email recently, our Governor's Educator of the Year award recipients were announced on Friday, December 5th. Visiting each school with Dr. Rossi and surprising the recipients of these awards alongside building administration is one of my favorite days of the school year. The recipients of these awards represent the great educators we are fortunate to have in our district. During our February meeting, we will formally honor the recipients as we do every year. I would like to once again acknowledge and congratulate this year's recipients. At Sparta High School, Teacher of the Year, Craig Merrill, Service Professional of the Year, Devin Esposito. At Sparta Middle School, Teacher of the Year, Taylor Watson, Service Professional of the Year, Blair Scudato. Helen Morgan School, Teacher of the Year, Donna Huber, and Service Professional of the Year, Deborah Helder. Mohawk Avenue School, Teacher of the Year, Alicia Parsons, Service Professional of the Year, Rupali Karanj. And Alpine Elementary School, Teacher of the Year, Sarah Jacob, and Service Professional of the Year, Monica Maher. Congratulations again to those individuals. Retirement on this evening's agenda, we have, I'd like to acknowledge Carmel Spellman, Language Arts Literacy Teacher at Sparta Middle School. Ms. Spellman has served the district for 23 years. And lastly, I want to wish our students, staff, and entire school community a very safe and happy holiday season. I am looking forward to working with all of you as we continue to serve our students and school community in 2026. That's my report.
Thank you, Dr. Beck. Moving on to the President's report. Unfortunately, Caitlin isn't with us tonight, but I just wanted to give a quick thank you to Kurt, Lauren, and Lee, especially considering the change that has occurred since I've been here. At the beginning, it was a little rocky and different, and it was stepping into a much different environment than we have fostered today. And I wanted to thank you for all your work, and especially Lauren. I had a lot of opportunity to work with Lauren personally, and especially in terms of referendum efforts, and she really, like, the care is really there, and I think it really does show, and I'm happy that you're going to be a parent still around in Sparta after your position ends on the Board of Education. So I just wanted to give you guys a thank you. And not to repeat too much of what Dr. Beck said, but I am looking forward to January. I am looking forward to the reorg meeting with our new board members. I think it's going to be an exciting time and a good pivotal time for us to get some good work done. And happy holidays. I think it's a great time. Stay warm. Today was about 46 degrees, so I don't know how much snow we're going to get on Christmas, but yes, make the most of your time away. All right, moving on to our HIB reports. May I have a motion to approve of the HIB report? Thank you, Kurt. Second? A second, thank you, Emily. Do we have any discussion? All right, may I have a roll call, please, Barbara?
Ms. Collier?
Yes.
Dr. Hinkle?
Yes.
Dr. Martinez?
Yes.
Ms. McMichael?
Yes.
Mr. Morris? Ms. Serafino?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Mr. Wood?
Yes.
Motion carries.
All right, moving on to delegate liaison reports. Does anyone have anything they'd like to share?
I do.
Go right ahead.
A little bit of a correction from last meeting. I inaccurately credited the Sparta Education Foundation with the upcoming Harlem Wizards basketball tournament. So that will be hosted by the Helen Morgan School PTO and Mohawk Ave PTO. They're excited to team up again to bring the Harlem Wizards basketball game fundraiser to Sparta. This will take place on, January 25th. Sparta faculty and staff administration around the district, so you won't want to miss out. It was sold out last year, so please check out the PTO pages and websites to book your tickets.
I know that in terms of curriculum, we had some exciting progress in terms of the nurtured heart approach that is finally being taught to, I believe, Ms. Rossi and Ms. Barker. If you'd just like to add a little bit more detail there, I know that's a really exciting endeavor that's taken place.
Sure, thanks, Chad. Mrs. Barker and myself attended a training last week, an intensive training. So we were fortunate enough to receive a competitive grant through the state of New Jersey. They're partnering with Rutgers Behavioral Health and student support or services, whatever that organization is named. So we received training on the nurtured heart approach, which is being adopted by the state of New Jersey as there are more needs for student behavior and a more research-based, evidence-driven response to ensure staff are trained and certified. And so we were fortunate enough to now be intensively trained as trainers, and so we can turnkey that methodology to ensure we have a comprehensive and universal Tier 1 approach to behavior that's grounded in research, evidence, and best practices.
Thank you so much. Does anybody have anything else they'd like to share? Okay. All right, moving on to public comment number 1. Public comments are invited on matters pertaining only to action items at this time. Please state the action item number as well as your name, municipality, and group affiliation, if appropriate, for the record. Each participant will receive 3 minutes to speak. Once you have had your allotted 3 minutes to speak, you will not be permitted to speak again until public comment number 2. All statements should be directed to me as the presiding officer. The board or administration may or may not respond to any questions or comments after the conclusion of the public participation. Okay. Does anybody have anything they'd like to speak on related to action items only? Okay, I think we're ready for a motion to close. Thank you, Kurt. A second?
Second.
Oh, I'll grab you, Rebecca. Any discussion? All right. All in favor? Any abstentions or opposed? Okay, I think that motion passes. With that, may I have a motion to move personnel and policy items 15.1 through 15.24. Motion, Kurt. Thank you. Second? Thank you. Emily? Any discussion? Yeah, go right ahead, Rocky.
All right, I'll do the easy ones first. I forget what section it is. There's a line for job coach, but there's no date or salary associated to it.
Where is that? Under appointments?
I think so, yeah. I didn't print it out.
I'm not seeing
I
it.
saw it at the end.
I'm not seeing it.
On the PDF in the bad port pocket, it said job coach and then 2 empty boxes. Well, for the,
Yeah, do you know what, is it under, you said it's under appointments? Because it's not there now.
so it's not, okay, so in the board packet, it had job coach there.
I don't see it, but we can note it, and if it needs to be revised for next board meeting, we'll revise it accordingly.
Second one is the first reading of use of school facilities. the first sentence says classes 1, 2, or 3, but it mentions classes 4, 5, and 6. I don't know if that's on purpose or I'm not sure. It was confusing when I read it. So it says we have 3 classes, but it goes to, at least the version I have, it goes past that.
Right in the beginning of the regulation?
Yeah, so it says a classification of users, organizations are classified as 1, 2, or 3. And then you go to define what each class is. But then you end up at class 4, class 5, class 5, class 5. So there's 5 classes, but you only mention 1 through 3.
Okay.
So I don't know if that's done on purpose or.
No, that wasn't actually the part that we revised, so that was part of the old regulation. Must have overlooked that, but we can revise that. We can revise that at the table. Yeah, because it's not substantial, and it's a first reading.
Yeah, for first read, you can revise it by motion.
I took this off of the board docs. This is the first reading in my board docs that I printed.
Yeah, like right now, I'm looking at it right now. There's classes 1, 2, and 3 are user as follows, as 1, 2, 3.
But he's saying later on it says 4, 5, and 6. So the intro
Well,
should say
afterwards,
4, 5,
there's
and
4,
6.
5, and 6.
Right.
So is the motion to adjust the first sentence to include
4, 5,
4,
6.
5, and 6?
I just want it to
Just-
be right. Whatever
Okay,
it takes
yeah,
to
that
be
makes sense.
right, because
Okay.
it's not mentioned and then it's down at the bottom. I don't even know what that means. So,
In the future, it'd be easier if you bring this to us ahead of time, and I can work through it.
I would love to, but end of year.
Okay.
I got 3 jobs I'm doing right now, so.
We can still go on with first reading, though.
Yeah, we can revise it for next time. It's first reading. It's not substantial anyway.
Okay, so a little less probably interesting to all of us. We did have a committee meeting, and in the privacy mitigation, we had agreed for, under privacy, it says no personal data entered to AI tools without approval, and we agreed to superintendent or designee. I don't have that on what was in the board doc. It just says approval.
Do you mean it as in like the minutes weren't accurately reflected, or how do you mean but just as approved?
No, we had a committee meeting, and we agreed to change language specifically on privacy, and it just says approval, and it should, what we agreed to was approval of the superintendent or designee, and that's not in this reading.
Privacy, no personal data entered into AI tools without superintendent or designee approval.
All right, so whoever.
In the plan.
Whatever,
In the plan.
yeah, but that's not the one I have. That's not the one that's in the board doc.
I just opened it from board docs.
What?
I just opened it from board docs. I did not just read
Okay.
it.
I'll look at it again, but I didn't see that in there. And I just want to make some statements about privacy. Just December, beginning of December, U.S. District Court, Southern District of New York Times versus Microsoft and OpenAI has forced them to turn over 20 million records of logs. So if you're putting personal data or you put district personal data, it's going to be in those logs and then it's going to be released. So I actively ask everybody who's listening that the use of district personal information, student name, IEPs, anything, should seriously get approval either from Dr. Beck or his designee. This is not hyperbole. This is real stuff. And I live in this world every day, and the amount of data that people are using, private data, there was a hospital that actually lost the case, but they actually allowed certain companies to train on patient information without approval. So, I mean, the case was lost, but just there's a lot of things that are going on in this space that this plan kind of whitewashes, and that's fine, and we agreed to review it every year. But I seriously would want to make sure that everybody understands that the data you put into these tools does not stay private. And it needs to be understood that your information can be put out there publicly, and that's pictures. You take a picture, you put it on Canva, create a cute PowerPoint. That image is now in public information, and so they can use that image to generate another image. So I'm just want to make sure that I'm on the record saying that this plan has got holes all over it, but it's better than nothing, as I was told. So it is what it is.
Do you mean the AI plan that we're?
Yes. Yeah.
Do we have any further discussion?
I just want to add to, I think to that point, I know last meeting I said, I think it's a good start. I'm not quite there yet. I kind of still stay by my remarks on that. I know I wish it could have been part of the policy meeting, and of course, unfortunately with the short turnaround and my family getting the flu, I wasn't able to collaborate as much on it, but I will say I really appreciate that this has, like, going through it really thoroughly, it has a comprehensive structure, so it does address most of the critical aspects of AI use. I think, oh yeah, bless you. I really appreciate the appropriate tiering with our age groups. I think that's something we saw with cell phone policy that went well. The transparency requirements about how the students utilize AI in their queries, I really appreciate, and the citation from an academic integrity focus. So those are like my 4 that I really appreciated. To Rocky's point, I hesitate, and I don't think I can give my support of this policy as it stands right now. I appreciate having something, but a couple things that still come out to me is that I think there's a little bit of an unrealistic enforcement burden on the educator. I think we're still maybe focusing a little bit on when not to use AI versus effective use of AI. And there's a lot of approvals needed for the assignments. I worry that maybe our platform list and the way we can get new tools approved, maybe if we're looking at it yearly, is too slow with how quickly things are coming out. And maybe that's something that could be moved from annually to potentially quarterly if it doesn't add undue burden.
Yeah, we can revise it
Okay.
at any time.
Yeah.
It's just an annual review at minimum. But if something pops up as we live through this, not just that, but anything within the plan or policy, it's going to be evolving daily, really, at this rate. If anything substantial takes place, we don't have to wait till the August board meeting to approve it. We could, there's some kind of substantial revision that we see necessary, we could do it the next meeting.
Okay. And I will send over some details, just some things like maybe to consider. But yes, those are some of the main areas. And then just finally, just a couple more things. Just I think that normally, I'm really supportive of parental opt-outs. In this one, I get worried about the digital citizenship piece of it with an opt-out, that students that are opted out may not have the capacity that they need to build, that AI is here. And I think about that with our special education students too within here. It has a provision that says AI may be incorporated when written into IEPs and 504s. And I wonder if the board would consider in future language that maybe we could proactively offer that assistive technology, because I think this is an area where the special education students could actually garner a lot of support to have really greater equity in that area. And then finally, I know you brought up the costs last time, Rocky. I think one aspect that's not covered, that I at least didn't see covered, was the environmental costs in that aspect of and maybe that comes in terms of digital citizenship, but every query there is an environmental cost to every query. Even when we do a Google search, yes, you can't necessarily avoid AI being incorporated, but there is a cost to that, and I think it's something that our students need to be considering, with data centers and the power grid, things like that, where we need to be thinking about, as we're utilizing these tools, do I need to use it here or not? Because it does add environmental impact as well. So it's just my thoughts on it.
And just to jump in quick, Lauren, I love the point you made about the potential that maybe students really shouldn't opt out of this kind of thing, and I think that is really true, especially as the job market is evolving. Like, as I'm seeing internship opportunities and things like that, most, if not all, companies have their own sort of AI that they have for their company specifically, so I do think it would be doing students a disservice to want them to be opted out of this kind of thing when the incorporation could be really valuable. Do we have any further discussion? And this is for Personnel and Policy 15.1 through 15.24.
Yeah, just one more. We agreed that we would, in the new board, tackle our social media policy as the first one because it's quite outdated and it has to reflect today's day and age.
Okay, perfect. Can I get a roll call for this vote, Barbara?
Ms. Collier?
Yes to all except no to 15.8.
Dr. Hinkle?
I'm sorry. I said 15.8. Yes to all, no to 15.18. I'm sorry.
18?
Yes.
Thank you. Dr. Martinez?
Yes.
Ms. McMichael?
Yes to all, abstain to 15.18.
Mr. Morris? Ms. Serafino?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
And Mr. Wood?
Yes.
Motion's carry. Thank you.
With that, may I have a motion to move curriculum items 16.1 through 16.6? Thank you, Rebecca. Second? Second. Thank you, Rocky. Any discussion? And I can lead us off. So Ms. Rossi touched on the nurtured heart approach earlier, but also, Ms. Rossi, if you can, I'm sorry for calling on you so much. Would you be able to discuss a little bit about the math pilot and especially how you came to the 3 programs that you want to choose based on other school districts and what you've learned?
So you'll see on the agenda tonight, there are 3 math programs that we're piloting. Letters will be sent to parents of classrooms that are fortunate enough to get some exposure to these highly effective programs that are research-based and, have obviously quality review. We started this process by reaching out to other school districts in response to COVID who either bounced back very quickly with their math scores or who didn't see quite as much of a dip as the rest of the nation did. And so we were curious about what they would attribute that to. There were we probably reached out to almost 30 districts, and I think we heard back from like 13 to 15. They gave us a lot of different information. They were very supportive. They allowed us to reach out to them to ask questions. We brought different vendors in to kind of hear their pitch and talk to us a little bit about what the program entailed. And so we have 3 that we are really excited to see in action. And we're working with a variety of teachers as a stakeholder team. We're going to look at the data that's generated from those and then meet together to kind of make a final decision. So we're considering all those things, including budget costs, implementation, capacity, but we're excited to see the results. And for any classroom that is piloting it, they will still be in line with the scope and sequence, and they'll still receive exposure to all the different standards that are within our Sparta curriculum. They'll just be using a different resource for that particular unit that they're piloting. So there won't be any interruption, any repetition, or removal of standards through that experience. So we're looking forward to it. Thanks,
Awesome.
Chad.
Thank you so much. Do we have any more discussion?
I just wanted to say I was really pleased to see 16.6, the new course offering for women in health. I think that's a really great addition. So, I have 5 children, so I think it's a really important field, and we have a huge HOSA club, so I think it gives great opportunities for young men and women to go into fields that are so needed, and really glad to see us kind of pushing ahead in fields that our students can go on and know as they go out to college what they want to do and get jobs that are needed. So great to see that.
Lauren, I just want to speak to that real fast. I appreciate that. And when that came to us, what I love about how we bring these things to fruition is that educators are really paying attention to what kids are asking for, what they're interested in. And then in this specific area, like the need for more interest and advocacy and training. And so this is a huge job market right now that they are looking, in the research for more students, more people to be prepared for. So between the need and the interest, I love seeing that show up. So I appreciate your recognition of that.
May we have a roll call, Barbara?
Ms. Collier?
Yes.
Dr. Hinkle?
Yes, abstaining from any current or former students. William Patterson.
Dr. Martinez?
Yes.
Ms. McMichael?
Yes.
Mr. Morris?
Yes.
Ms. Serafino?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
And Mr. Wood?
Yes.
Motion's carry.
May I have a motion to move finance items 17.1 through 17.5?
Motion.
Kurt, thank you.
Second.
Second. Lauren, thank you. Any discussion?
Yeah, just go through some things. So, as we mentioned, past year, the district's gonna need some repairs. Unfortunately, we're gonna need a new bus next year, which we'll have to budget for. In Alpine, the HVAC unit needs repair from a leak. Helen Morgan's gonna need roof repair, and I just wanna reiterate that these things are gonna start coming every month, because our district needs repairs, and if we do them piecemeal, we're losing 30 to 40% of what the state would give us if we were to actually do it as a holistic plan. So I just wanna put that out there, that these things are gonna happen, but just because of the way the buildings are in our district. Want to also note that the budget process has started, and we're doing well, not us. Ms. Decker is actually starting that, has started it, and we'll be starting all of the budget processing to meet the deadlines that are required by the state and the county. Just calling out that all of our payments are up to date, and that's it.
Any further discussion?
I just want to add I appreciate that you mentioned about the piecemeal versus the holistic plan and just the idea of the public consideration of another referendum. I think it is so important that we consider that, because even though costs are very tight, this is a way that we can conserve dollars and get support with that. And I just want to acknowledge Barbara for the work on the audit. It's really, truly great to see that all done and have no recommendations, so thank you.
Thank you. If I could add one more thing also, we reviewed and discussed that budget calendar for fiscal year '27 as well. We just want to capture that as well. And we're on schedule.
And with that, I think we're ready for roll call.
Ms. Collier?
Yes.
Dr. Hinkle?
Yes, just abstaining from any business with visitors.
Dr. Martinez?
Yes.
Ms. McMichael?
Yes.
Mr. Morris?
Yes.
Ms. Serafino?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
And Mr. Wood?
Yes.
Motion's carried.
Awesome. Does anyone have anything for old business? All right, anything for new business? All right, moving on to public comment number 2. Okay. The board uses the second public comment period to invite comments on all matters pertaining to the school district. Please state your name, municipality, and group affiliation, if appropriate, for the record. Each participant will receive 3 minutes to speak. Once you have had your allotted 3 minutes to speak, you will not be permitted to speak again. All statements should be directed to me as the presiding officer. The board or administration may or may not respond to any questions or comments after the conclusion of the public participation.
I already signed in. Don't worry. Don't worry. Good evening, everyone. My name is Angela DeLucia, and I am the very proud president of the Sparta Education and Sussex County Education Associations. It's always such a joy to stand before this board and share the SEA Good News Report. Each month, I'm reminded of the incredible dedication, creativity, and heart our members bring to our schools. There is truly no limit to the accomplishments we could celebrate, but tonight I'm excited to highlight just a few shining examples. Winter concert season is here, and our music educators are once again showcasing the very best of our students. The orchestra concert is happening right now. Their dedication, creativity, and commitment to excellence are evident in every performance as they nurture talent, confidence, and a lifelong appreciation of the arts. Our coaches have also jumped right into winter sports season, guiding student athletes with an emphasis on sportsmanship, teamwork, and responsibility. Their leadership helps shape well-rounded students both on and off the field of play. Across the district, our members consistently go above and beyond their assigned roles. While this level of dedication is admirable, it is often the extra behind-the-scenes efforts that truly reflect the heart of our school community. At Helen Morgan School, Laura Tedeschi, advisor of Be the Change, organized a food drive to help address food insecurity in our community. The staff at Mohawk Ave partnered with their PTO to provide gifts to support Once Upon a Child. At SMS, Liz Fortunato brought a whole group of SMS singers to perform for the Sparta Women's Club at Lake Mohawk Country Club, and Rosie Bayless made sure that every person there was treated to some homemade sweets. At Sparta High School, Lisa Tafuri, Emily Scott, Shannon Hobby Pensky, and I'm adding Harriet Anderson, Rosie Bayless from SMS, and Andy Bayless and I participated in a statewide day of service in which hundreds of bags of groceries were collected and donated to Benny's Bodega. In addition, Genevieve D'Amico and the Culinary Club baked many, many, many dozen cookies and supported the 4-H Club. And as we close out 2025, we extend our sincere thanks to the outgoing board members, Lauren, Lee, and Kurt. And thank you for your service and commitment to the Sparta School District. And on behalf of the Sparta Education Association, we wish the entire school community a joyful, healthy, and holiday season. Thank you.
Hi, Jenny Derrick speaking as a resident. I'm just talking about the first reading of the policy on school use. And I understand that some of the things that I'm going to ask you about are not changes, but there were things that are apparent that maybe could get some attention. On page 8, EH, when it talks about the use of, or the ability to have food and drink in the schools, should it not reference that you're not allowed to have alcohol? It just as another place to have it noted. And then on page 10, D, where it discusses that the applicant or the the person that's going to use the facility with consideration from the principal will have to provide police presence. Shouldn't that be a little bit more proactive? Shouldn't the principal not have to wait for the person, or shouldn't the language of the policy reflect that the principal can say, hey, you need police for this? Because it doesn't seem to read that way. And then E, that requires that board members have full access to all areas of the school premises during any use. So is that appropriate? I know board members aren't really supposed to be wandering around the schools without a purpose or without somebody walking with them from the school district. You can think about some of the uses that the school has that it's not really appropriate for a board member to just walk in and be, walking around. So maybe you could take a look at that as well. Thank you.
Do we have any more for public comment number 2? Okay, with that, motion to close? Oh, thank you, Rocky first. Second? Second. Thank you, Lauren. Sorry. All in favor? Any abstentions? Any opposed? Okay. Anyone for the good of the order? And here, I'll get started, because I know that Caitlin left a message for me to read. Okay, so pretend I'm Caitlin. First and foremost, my sincere apologies for not being able to attend this evening's meeting in person, as my family is battling the flu. To our departing members, Kurt, Lauren, and Lee, we often hear that serving on the Board of Education is a challenging endeavor. It demands consistent attention and calls for difficult decision-making. Some may even go as far as to say to call it a thankless role. But serving on the Board of Education is not a vanity project. It's an opportunity to serve our students, staff, and Sparta community. It requires dedication, countless hours of time, deliberation, professionalism, and above all else, compromise. On behalf of the Board of Education, I would like to thank the departing board members for their service over the last several years. We may not have always agreed. In fact, at times we shared deeply contested debates, but the incredible progress this board has made is something we can all be collectively proud of. I surely am, and I hope you all are too. We wish you all the best. And that's from Caitlin. All right, does anybody have anything else they'd like to add for the good of the order?
Oh, I just wanted to also share my appreciation for Michael and Collier and Mr. Morris. And I've appreciated the thoughtful way that you've brought comments and feedback to the table. And it's very clear that you all three have a sincere care for the district. Thank you for your time and for your service.
Thank you.
What she said.
And I just have one unrelated thought. I was watching last board meeting's recording, and I heard that Miss Jennings over at the middle school, I believe, is now taking over the role for the junior NHS kind of thing. And I just wanted to say that I feel like English teachers can kind of be the unsung heroes of a lot of school districts, especially in the roles they've picked up. I feel like over my course through Sparta, almost every English teacher has had an endeavor that is something way above their capacity, whether that be through clubs or other things like that. I just wanted to give a little thank you to our English teachers. And I do know Ms. Jennings personally, so that is nice to hear her picking up some more responsibility.
I just want to thank you all. My colleagues are sitting here at the table, and the host of colleagues we worked with after the past several years. Just taking some time to reflect. It's been a huge experience in my life to be part of the school board, and gosh, I feel a little choked up. I know that this is the right time for me to be stepping away and focusing on my kids, but I have really loved just focusing on the kids in our district, and it's been one of the hardest things I've done in my entire life, and it is not an easy job. I would just encourage anybody who deeply cares for our community and our kids that's out there, please consider running for Board of Education. Take a turn. It's not easy, but
You're not selling it.
but being solution focused, listening, and there's no easy decisions. It doesn't make you popular. Dr. Beck and I have a few more silver hairs, we'll call them, but the good work of serving our children, preparing them for prosperous futures, and supporting them through these foundational years in collaboration with their educators and the administration and their parents, there's really no greater opportunity. Second to raising my own kids, this has been a huge thing to do, and I really appreciate how you all challenged me, some of my views, some of things I needed to learn. I thank you for the collaboration and listening. And we have so many hardworking people and students here, and we really are blessed. And I leave with those parting words. Keep up the great work, being committed to every student every day. And I will probably be in the audience sometimes with questions or to collaborate. And I hope we can get a successful referendum for everybody. But thank you so much. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, and thank you all for working together so well.
I'll piggyback on that. I'd just like to thank my colleagues here at the table and the residents in the community for the opportunity to serve over the past 3 years. Public service, especially on a school board, is not always easy work, but it is important work, like Lauren just said. And at its best, it requires integrity, civility, and collaboration, especially when perspectives differ, which they do, which is kind of the beauty of it. I wish the incoming board members the very best as they step into these roles, and I sincerely hope their service is guided by a shared commitment to putting the best interests of all students above all else. Thank you to the many educators, parents, and community members who supported this work along the way. It's been an honor to serve, and happy holidays to all.
Yeah, where do I start? I just want to thank everyone here. I think I'm probably will be the only board member that can say this in history. I have 31 different board members, right? What are you at, 28?
I'll be at 28, yes.
Yeah, so I'm at 31 or 33 different board members in the 6 years that I've served, which is very unheard of. 3 superintendents, multiple lawyers, pandemic, yeah, referendums. So I've definitely seen a lot. I learned a lot, so I want to thank everybody. Good luck to the new people coming on. I tried to talk him out of it, but it didn't work. But I know Mr. Lowry for a very long time. He's a very good man. Dom, good luck to you. And I know I'll be missed by Angela, so thank you. I'll be back.
All right, with that, I think we're ready to adjourn the meeting. May I have a motion?
Motion.
Okay, thank you, Kurt. A second?
Second.
Second, I'll do Lee. End us off. And with that, I think we're good. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed or abstentions? All right.
Gavel. There you go.